the second anyone suggested Ava as someone to get out or a threat, they would get voted out immediately. It was like magic.
Yeah, so it seems like there was a through line that occurred that we didn't get to see on the show of people being very nervous about getting attacked online if they voted out Eva because of her autism. After that first meltdown happened, that thought was persona non grata. It was not something that was going to happen, which is I think why everybody towards the end was like, well, we can't get Joe and Eva out. It was a combination of that and then looking like, well, are anybody going to actually vote for these two? Because they hid that from the edit. They hid the fact that those two were goats from the edit up
Yeah.
until basically the finale.
Yes. And they completely even though they're breaking the fourth wall and like communicating with the audience in this way, the elephant in the room is the topic of her autism, which no one in this hermetically sealed world is allowed to mention like the possibility of being canceled for going against her, being insufficiently sympathetic or whatever. But like talking to my parents right from the start, there was so much about her and who she went to and how she used men. And it was always the attractive men too. Like she wasn't going to ugly guys, she wasn't going to women. Her autism gave her this excuse to just like select a guy and like, you're going to be my like daddy boyfriend protector. And I'm going to share with you that I have autism. And it was also really loathsome that the way that she used Joe and the way he allowed himself to be used, she did not share that she was, 5-star overachiever, Miss Science,
Oh, don't you love
whatever.
that? Don't you love when they reveal, well, I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I go to school.
I'm
It's like,
incredibly accomplished. She said that word for word. I'm incredibly accomplished. And don't you
Wait,
think
so
if
so
she's so close with Joe, like that would be a big betrayal that she never told him that? Like Kyle even told Camilla that he was a lawyer, but
yeah.
But like, what's her autism though? Does she like know a lot about exotic plants, or does she know a lot about like
no.
fungi, or is it that she's just a little awkward?
Her autism is that she was born in what 2005, and I guarantee has parents probably pretty well off that had her in and out of doctor's appointments telling her something was deeply wrong with her, diagnosing her with stuff her entire life. And what she has is general anxiety, and she's believed this and used it as a crutch for so long, especially in the current trendy autism moment where everybody is latching on to this ridiculous identity of being autistic if they have any interests or they ever feel a negative emotion or anything. And it's just like it was just kind of this excuse for her to act like a brat and demand things. And also she was completely lying the whole time. She was like, I can't read social cues, and then the whole season she's reading everyone and like psychologizing everyone. It's a sham.
Yeah, I was going to say her autism never exhibited itself in any other way except for a couple of meltdowns during challenges. It seemed exclusively limited to that. Off the top of my head, anyway, I can't remember if anything else came out in that regard.
No,
It
she
sounds
just looks
just a
kind of
bratty,
off. And
rich girl that's kind of ugly, and we just play that as
yeah, like
autism.
fetal alcohol type,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Flat
but
face, looks like a foot. Yeah.
even before she revealed that she was like the goody two shoes, good grades, hand raiser of all time, she already had that persona, like being like an athletic nerd chick with big, broad shoulders. Like you're already like it's assumed that you're making good grades and you're on top of everything and you're going to be ruling over everyone and some good job later. But then she launched that like it was this big reveal. Um, and I have to say, I'm just happy that this behavior did not work out for Joe and that he didn't win, um, for allowing himself to be just trampled on by this adult woman who's acting like a child.
The whole edit of the second half of the season, especially, was completely confusing and contradictory to what we wound up getting. The whole time they're telling you, oh, yeah, Joe's this big threat. And they're making Kyle and Camilla look kind of dumb for falling in line and protecting that alliance and making the show as boring as possible. But then obviously we see at the very end, he's completely ignored throughout the finale, and he gets one pity vote from Cedric, one of your favorites,
Mhm.
the doctor, because he has a family.